Hey guys, Coach Life here again. I've started a new series in the background. You will know this by now because I've just released it all. But what I'm doing is a super modded playthrough. And I'm starting off with the mod Roller Snakes. I've been playing this one in the background and it's a lot of fun. Brings a new critter into the game, which is the roller snake. Roller snakes are a little bit like hatches. In the way that you look after them, but they can be sheared, and they can be sheared for their rattles, and their rattles can either be gold amalgam or steel. So if you manage to get to the tough roller snakes, then they can be harvested for steel. But the problem is the tough roller snakes have to be kept in a carbon dioxide environment, so that's something a little bit different. I'm also going with improved world traits. This kind of complements the existing world traits, but enables you to kind of roll for the kind of traits that you want. So, for example, this one is guaranteed water. So I will have at least 6 water-based geysers and vents. So 2 will be polluted water, 2 will be salt water or water, and 2 will be steam. So hopefully we'll get a nice something like a nice hot steam vent that we can tame and turn into power. And obviously we'll have some water of some description. We don't know what it's going to be yet. We'll get Geoactive is just the normal one. It has more geysers and vents than normal. That's going to make it a bit more exciting. And guaranteed resources. That means we will get at least 3 copper, iron and gold volcanoes, 1 of each, and 3 others: polluted oxygen, carbon dioxide and chlorine. So you know you've got at least 1 of each of those that you can play with and utilize. I thought this one would be quite good because if we're going for roller snakes, the carbon dioxide vent is absolutely perfect. So yeah, I think that will be quite an interesting one. I haven't played this particular map before, I've not looked at it, so that should be quite interesting. So there's quite a few other mods that I've included. There's the reverse aqua tuners that cool down the environment and heat up whatever's in the pipe. We've got the usual mods that I play with. And a few other surprise ones that I'll go through and list in the field below. So obviously I'm going to use my standard default duplicates, which are Nails, Max and Camille. 7 Excavation, Molehands, Gastrophobia. 7 Excavation, Molehands and Squeamish. And Camille, who is Science, Twinkle Toes and Pacifist. I've got 2 Sparkle Streakers and 1 Balloon Artist. So yeah, that will be quite interesting. And what are we going to call this colony? Let's go for why did it have to be snakes? Fans of Indiana Jones will get that reference. And there we are, new and full of hope. So what's the main differences with this mod then? Okay, roller snakes, if you play on their planet, it doesn't have an oil biome. Yep, no oil biome on this one. Instead it has the desert biome, and the desert biome has little patches of oil in it, but they're spread out all throughout the world like the normal was it buried oil that has them all over the place, or is it irregular oil that has them spread out all over the place? So you've got no oil biome, and as a result there is no lead on this map, which means you've got no real source of refined metal early on, or reasonably early on. You have to make it yourself. So that's the first challenge we're going to face. I mean, one of the normal things on this map is as soon as you get the oil biome and mine that out, you've got so much lead you can just run power cables all over the place. You're not going to be able to do that on this one. So that's going to make life a little bit more interesting. You start off in the forest biome, so we've got a good supply of aluminium, which is nice. I do like my aluminium, and I miss it on the planets where it hasn't got it. But obviously that means we've got no copper. Other than that, yeah, it's really going to be sort of fairly typical. It does add a few more. The forest biome does add a few more interesting items, like it's got cactuses which can be used. You can harvest the flowers for food, which is quite a decent food, and you've also got little water bulbs, which are a type of succulent that you can send through the rock crusher and get water out of. I don't think you can grow those. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure they're just a resource on the map. They're a bit like these hexalent fruit are for food, so they're it's kind of similar to that. So yeah, that's the main differences. I've got a few other little mods that I've included. Obviously, we've got the the advanced electrolyzer, which allows us to produce polluted oxygen and hydrogen. Polluted oxygen, obviously you can't feed into anything as it is. You have to clean it up, and it produces polluted oxygen, I think, to the same standard as the polluted water you put in. So if you put germy polluted water in, you get germy polluted oxygen out. But obviously that's a good source of clay. I don't think clay is going to be a problem on this. The slime biome still exists. Yeah, there's plenty on this map that's going to be quite fun and interesting. Little bit different. All of the maps have their pros and their cons. If you can survive on Oasis, you can survive on anything. The question is, does it suit your playstyle? And I don't know. This one, I've never really got stuck into all these mods before. So I've played a few. Obviously, you'll know by now that I've abandoned the Lights Out mod, just purely because it made the game too laggy. So I was obviously looking for something different to record for you guys and to play that's a little bit different to the standard gameplay. So first thing we're going to do is I'm going to set the priorities. We've got Nails and Max, who are going to be our builder diggers, and that is going to be their #1 priorities. Research-wise, obviously, nobody's going to be doing research apart from Camille, and that's going to be her main priority. So with the others, right, my diggers can be prioritised for attacking. We're not going to do any cooking at the moment. Nobody's going to be doing any decorating at the moment until we get a Masterworks decorator. Camille will be prioritised also for tidying and supplying. So yeah, I think that's a good start in terms of our options. Skills wise, obviously we've not got any skill points yet, but obviously we'll be maxing out Nails and Max in their digging. The faster they dig the better, and Camille will be going into research. Now there's one other mod I've included, which is I've got what it's called now. Hang on, let me just work out what it's called. Stats Unlimited. This will now allow the dupes to gain more than 20 points in each of their available skills. So they can potentially get up to 50 digging, 50 construction, 50 science, 50 athletics, and so on and so forth. Now the reason I've included this is because when you get to late game, everything starts to kind of slow down. You've got a huge map, and it makes I thought it would add a bit more of fun to it, with them being able to move around a bit more quickly, being able to get stuff done a bit more quickly. It won't really come into its own until probably about cycle 800 or something, but yeah, it might be a bit of fun. So let's get on then and get this place built up. So first thing we need to decide is where we're going to put our ladder, and looking at the map initially we've got granite here, so I'm going to put it down this side. So we'll start off with digging in this direction. As soon as we've got some resources, then we can place the first ladder, and we will put that there. Oh, that's going to be annoying, all that text. Might have to see if I can change that. It's just going to tell you how much you're progressing each time towards a skill up. That's a bit much. Never mind, we'll wait and see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we also need to get to the water. So I'm going to keep that separate and away from the main base. So we'll dig that out as well. Oh, one thing I haven't done is set a schedule. Add new schedule. Try that one again, shall we? So, downtime 2, bedtime 2, right. So we're going to put downtime, we'll start it about here, then we can expand it by 2 if necessary. A couple of bits of bedtime, no need for bathroom time at the moment because we have no showers. So there you go. That should be okay. I think I'll add a third one. In fact, I'll just get these schedules designed in. I'm just going to put a whole load of them in so I don't have to do them later. I'll just do that off screen. So I've just added a few schedules there, up to 5, so that will see us through to 20 dupes in total, which should be more than enough to get started with. Right, okay, plumbing, we need to get a pitcher pump in, so we will do that. That's gonna, it's a bit of a pathetic water supply to start off with, so I don't think we'll be doing any advanced research for a bit. And I'm going to put a little in there. Oh, blimey. Cool, steam vent straight in there at the bottom. Okay. Thankfully we're just going to miss that. But it's, oh, and some more water up here as well. Opposite sides of the starting point. That's going to make life interesting, getting that consolidated. I think I'm going to have to pump that, I think. Yeah. Okay. So we will run this ladder up as well, and what we want here is room for some toilets. No, won't put them there, we'll put them this side, and go plumbing, go medicine first. I better put in the door because you know me, I will forget that. So we'll have the door one step back. We'll have the 2 wash basins, 1, 2, then 1, 2, I guess there. Then we'll get the toilets put in, 2 of to start with. Cancel that one and just dig it. So we're going to put priority 7 on the toilets and a priority 7 on this little lot, because we do need to get that water sorted for the toilets. Bedroom, where are we going to put the bedroom? I think we'll just stick the first bedroom opposite the toilets for now. Keep it nice and simple. It's going to be a small one, so we'll move it later on, I think. One of the things I'm really bad at is putting in a bedroom to start with and then never moving it. And I work all around that bedroom from start to finish. This, if I put it here, where there's not enough room, that'll force me to move it later and do something decent with it. So put that on priority 6. And now priorities, we will put, not priority, schedule. Are they beyond their Yes, they are. So we can Camille, Max, and Nails on there. Fantastic. I'm interested to see what this is doing in terms of the skills. Yeah, so they haven't got any, they're not skilling up at the moment. This is just telling you their progress towards the skills, I think. And that's what I forgot to do. So I want that on a priority 7 as well. Otherwise they're not going to get any airflow down there and they'll suffocate. Which is not good. So plan is to get the toilets and bedrooms up first thing. We also want the plumbing up as well. Going to have to dig through here as well. And we'll priority 8 that, because if I don't hurry up and prioritise that, then we won't have any water. And we'll just give it a little speed boost to get this done. There we go, we have water. And I'm going to put these on a super high priority because nothing worse than running out of water or running out of toilets. And you know, it always happens. It just always happens. What we got on that one? We're priority 7 on that now. What's that? Life support. So priorities, life support, all high. Come on. I want that. Those toilets stocked. Camille, don't make me take you off construction. That's good, yeah. Don't do that. Go and stock the toilets up. Get that built. Oh, there we go. Look at that, they've all gone idle now. Max is doing it right, okay. Right, stations, we want research. We want batteries. We want a generator, and we want some wire. Right, that's good. We have toilets, we have bedrooms. Set direction right. Copy settings. And we'll start digging it. Yeah, it's just going to miss. Gosh, incredibly lucky there. Right, it's priority 1 on that for now. So we've got lots of pips on this one, so we will be able to make lots of natural farms. Oh, we've got a shine bug in there. Yeah. Sorry, shine bug. But my dupes need to sleep. get that done. And there we go, end of day one. With a little bit of priority schedule tweaking, we have bedrooms, bathrooms and research. And the research first priority tomorrow, obviously, is going to be meal prep, because always meal prep. It's a nice bit of oxygen in there. Just taking a quick look round where we've exposed the map. So I think what we'll do initially is try and get one more digger builder, because you can't do any ranching, can't do any cooking. We're going to be surviving on excellent fruit initially. Temperature wise, what we like temperatures? Ooh, a bit toasty out there. But I think we can get some mealwood going, so we should be okay for mealwood. And going to prioritise this as well, because we do need a carbon sink, and that will be there. I want to try and come up with a, instead of just doing the usual layout, I mean I still will be doing the usual layout, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but I want to try and build a decent carbon sink. And I'm going to do that by fossil. Wow. Oh look, here we go. We've got some succulents. We've got the aqua bulbs. And we've got a roller snake. Cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dig out on a little carbon sink on this side. Because obviously we're going to need some carbon dioxide for the roller snakes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But that isn't my main priority. What I want to do is use this for the oxygen production. Yeah. So that will be on that side, and we'll put some algae terrariums in there in my usual fashion. And overpressurize the base and give them all pop teardrums, as I usually do. Yeah, so we'll see how that turns out. Yeah, not going to be able to dig all that yet, 'cause we've got some granite. Cool, and I think we'll do some digging up as well, just a bit of exploration. Got quite a few mealwood seeds up here as well, which will be nice. So now we've got the basics, I just want to explore this map, because I've never done one like this. I've done roller snakes, but I've never played on this particular world. I just rolled a regular world with roller snakes. Now I want to see what this is like. As I say, I heard it's got no oil biome and it's very different. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Kind of like, actually, now that pop-up of their skill increase is there, I kind of like it actually. It does enable you to kind of keep track of where they are. So I'm starting by building ladders. And the reason I do that is because all the materials will drop straight through them. So I'll leave the natural tiles in just to reduce the amount of digging they have to do this time. I do that most of the time anyway, but a lot of the time I forget. I want to make sure I do it this time. I want to be kind of methodical about it. Right, I think what we'll do is we will also expand the bathroom. because we're going to be getting more dupes soon. And bedroom wise, we've got room for 5 there. After that, we need to plan out new bedrooms. Now, the good thing about moving the bedrooms, all these cots are made out of igneous rock. Once they get hard digging, we can make them out of granite. Granite beds give a decor bonus. So I'm going to start to be a little bit more, common sense approach to some of that stuff as well. Some of the things that you often overlook in the haste to get things done. So there we are, into cycle 3. We'll be getting something out of the printing pod very shortly. A bit of up the priority on that and put the battery recharge threshold a little bit higher so that it comes on the duplicants to-do list a bit earlier. So yeah, if we get this dug out, a lot of carbon dioxide will fill up in there, and that will, I think, will be quite good. Right, water. Now, we've got oil there as well. So this must be the proper desert biome, the new addition. This is kind of the replacement for the oil biome. So rather than have a massive oil biome at the bottom full of lead and diamond and all the rest of it, now you've got an igneous rock. Now you've got it's spread out across the map, and it's sandstone, iron ore, fossil, aquabulbs, succulents, and so on and so forth. Right, what's the growth requirements for these? So they grow in a hot temperature, and irrigation. As far as I need irrigation coming from the desert. Right, come on, can we get another excavation, germ resistant, small bladder? That's not a no-go. Narcoleptic and flatulent, are they? Barney, you are in. So your priorities are going to be digging, and later we will get you into a bit of farming as well, now that we've seen the spiky succulents down there. Oh, that's one thing I haven't done. Haven't set the harvest. Put that on 7. Now I don't want to set the harvest on the trees because that'll just take up their time at the moment. I will do later, but for the moment I just want them harvesting the food. I always used to set it this way, but I found myself recently just blanket setting everything to harvest, and yeah, you lose a lot of duplicate time doing that. Mealwood. We will be harvesting all of those aquabulbs, but we will need to get... Right. Next thing we're going for, obviously, is brute force refinement, because until we have got that, we can't do anything with this, with these water bulbs. I want to be able to do something with that because we haven't got an awful lot of water, really. So plumbing, we want a bottle emptier. That can go there. Oh, Barney, you're on the default schedule, aren't you? Never mind. Let's wake you up, shall we? Yeah, get to work. You've only just started. And priority on the toilets will be up to 8. Right, priorities. Barney, we want you, yeah, all on life support up. A little bit more tidying. We'll knock you down a little bit on digging. Oh, and Barney, you have got a skill point. Forgot that. So now we can get into that granite. In which case we'll put you back on a little bit more priority there. So it pips off to do some planting, and that rained on your parade, didn't it, mate? I'm just going to up the priority down here because that is more important at the moment, and that. So I'm recording this episode on the 7th of April. Obviously it's a lot later than that I'm going to publish it, but by then we should know how things are going with the old coronavirus. It's been quite a stressful time, hasn't it? How are we doing? Or slime lung, as I prefer to refer to it as now. Cool. There we go. Right, so just trying to make a plan here. Looking around the edges. Forest biome looks to go a bit further this way. So I think what we will do... Now, I'm not going to set this on water until we've got some polluted water on hand, because the mistake I always make is I set this to take water, and because of that, it defaults to allow storage of all resource categories in this container. So when it adds polluted water, it goes straight to polluted water, and then they go and dump a load of germy polluted water straight in your water supply. I'm not making that mistake today. It's the #1 source of pollution for your water supply, that is. Why are you doing... Oh, that's ladders priority 8, that's why. So they're not going to do digging, just going to put the ladders in place. Right, I need to put in a mess hall to get the bonus. And I'm just thinking where I'm going to put that. I think I'm going to put it up here. So we'll get some tiles in. Probably should have done that first of all, but never mind. Base, pneumatic doors, furniture tables, water cooler. So that will get us the mess hall. We'll need some decor in there before it will go up to a full great hall. And we'll disable that building because, yeah, biggest source of food poisoning in your base. Right, I'm just trying to decide where to put some farms. Temperature, hot. Oh, right, so farms are going to be going out this way. That's an easy decision. So we'll get some farm tiles in here. And we'll dig all this lot out. How are we doing for oxygen pressure? Not too bad. Obviously not down there where they're working, but... Well, that's the point of a carbon trap, isn't it? Now, I haven't done any changes. The mod for the stats allows you to increase the speed at which they gain stats. I've left that standard. if we're going to allow them to go up the skills higher, I don't want them to skill up faster. I think that's only reasonable. And I think after doing the Oasis playthrough, them skilling up so fast is actually a little bit boring. It makes the game too easy. I thought it would make it just faster, but it's not. It just makes it a bit too easy, really. Because they just gain experience points and skills so fast. It's crazy. There's no way you can keep up with it. Right. So, what we want now is a rock crusher. And do we put that over this side? I think we will. There we go, and we'll run a power wire across to it. But I want to prioritise getting the farms up first. Now, we've got quite a lot of these water bowls, so I don't know how much they produce. I don't know whether to go for farming succulents or go straight into, or go... I think we'll do mealwood to start off with. I'm sure there'll be more succulent seeds around the map, so we'll start off with mealwood just because we can get that going straight away. Doesn't require water, and our water supply, although we've got sources of water, our current supply is a little bit low. It's going to take a little while before we can deal with this heat in here, because I mean this is going to be puffing out at 105 degrees, and this I can see so far as our only other main source of water. Obviously we're going to get these aqua bulbs. If these aqua bulbs turn out well, then you know we'll just up that, we'll dig that. So if we start dumping water in there, I don't want it all leaking out. Then we'll move this up as and when the need arises. So we've got 7 mealwood seeds at the moment. But tons of hexalent, so that's not a problem. The rate at which you get mealwood seeds in this game, I don't think it's going to be an issue. In fact, we've got 2 more coming in there. Right, so Barney, we said you were going to do farming, didn't we? No, we'll drop you down a little bit. We'll keep you digging up, but not you building. Do that one first, guys, will you, while you can reach it? Thank you. Once you dug this out, you won't be able to reach it. Is that skill points or... Oh, yes it is. Camille, advanced research. Don't know how you got skill point for research over there. Right, research. Let me just see. I don't even know what we've got resource-wise at the moment. We've got coal. Yes, we've got a little bit of coal. Not much, though. Not a lot of point in getting that for coal. So... I'm going to get ranches going. Or at least researched. I know there's other things we could be getting on with, but I think, you know, I want to get into them roller snakes at some stage, so might as well get it done. And we're going to need a... Oh, we haven't done... What am I doing? Haven't got the advanced research yet, have I? So we'll change that. We'd best get advanced research done, and yeah, there we go. Right, so we can't do anything other than metal and rock at the moment. So if we uproot one of those, will that put it on the agenda? Get someone to uproot that for me. Right, aqua bulb sac. So that gives a ton of water. Wow, that's pretty decent. So that's one full tile of water per one of these. Wow. So fairly high priority. I think Camille's got a bit of operating in her, hasn't she? She has now. We're still tight on oxygen. Wow. That surprises me. There's so much oxalite at the start area. I want to do this, but of course if you do that, as soon as this disappears, then you'll end up with hot steam being pumped into your base. Have we got any algae yet? I don't think we have we? No, definitely not. There's some over here, but that's going to get all that flipping chlorine in our base. Course of action here. I suppose we could go in underneath and just avoid letting that chlorine out. Yeah, I think that's the best we can do there. We'll take a ladder down here. And we'll go in underneath, get the algae. That's about as much of that as we can get there. We've got some more across here and some more down there. And we'll need a ladder. And we'll take a ladder down here as well. Oh, that's lots of coal as well. Yeah. Okay, that's a double bonus then, isn't it? Because that gets us some sustainable power. And it gets us the algae we need for oxygen production. And we have the option of another duplicant. Probably not the best thing at the moment, so loud sleeper, small bladder, flatulent, irritable bowel, briar seed or poker shell. Just take the briar seeds. Wow, that's a awesome selection of duplicants and care packages you gave me there. And this is a priority because we do want that algae. So it's not super oppressive temperatures here. It's not like oasis temperatures in these desert biomes. It's just a little bit hot. It's enough to stifle your crops, but it's not enough to completely destroy, you know, your base. And so far, I'd say, you know, it's not a difficult map. It's just different. There are lots of different sort of world traits that I'd like to try. I mean, sorry, not world traits, world generations that I'd like to try. There's solar system worlds, and they do look really tough. I mean, you know, there's some really tough looking levels on that. There's one that's just iron everywhere, and it's got a molten iron core instead of having magma. I mean, that's going to be an interesting one. Yeah, using the when you're using magma, you know, it's pretty much throwaway. The igneous rock that comes out of it, yeah, it's not a problem. But if you're going to be using molten iron to generate power or run a petroleum boiler, for example, you're not going to want to get rid of that iron. That iron is a really valuable resource. That's something that can be turned into steel. So yeah, it's pretty pretty good. Right, okay. You're really not seeing the motivation levels here, are you guys? Can you come and get this algae, please, so we can get you some oxygen? Yeah, I mean, this is priority 6. It's really not as important as the priority 8s. Oh, you can't get to it. Oh, I'm an idiot. Yeah, my fault. Sorry, dupes. Sorry, dupes. I was speaking ill. There, out of turn. Right, can we set this yet? No, we can't. Right, okay. Oxygen. I'm not going to go quite so mad on these this time. I think 5 will be plenty. Of course, that is going to eat into our water supply. So I guess because of this, these aqua bulbs, that's probably why this particular world has fairly limited water supply at the start. That kind of makes sense, really, because if you had a load of water and a load of these aqua bulbs as well, that would be a little bit overpowered, I'd say. Remember, this is actually the roller snakes world. It's not just a normal world that's got roller snakes on it. Taking a quick scan around at what resources we've got here that we can exploit. Got no seeds for that mealwood. I think we're going to take a cook next. We're going to expand that, cancel that section there, and we'll dig this across. I'm going pretty brutal on these trees because we don't need them at the moment, and we've got so many pips, it's not really not going to be a problem replanting them. What I am going to do is I am going to put tiles in here rather than ladder segments. I want to create some... no, actually, let's leave those at the moment. I'm going to drop that water supply down. Make sure I leave them access to it this time for a change. So that's going to tuck into our carbon dioxide and give us a little bit of oxygen back. And if we need to, I can always put in an oxygen diffuser. If it gets a little bit... In fact, it is looking a little bit dodgy, so I think we'll put an oxygen diffuser in now, rather than wait until they're all suffocating. And then we can turn it, we can always disable it once the algae terrariums get going good and proper. So they do take a little while to get going. We will need the deodorizers. So we've got advanced research now, so let's get into decontamination. And we'll put in the advanced supercomputer. And we'll uproot that mealwood, get it in the farm where it should be. And that one. We'll take those. We'll dig across there so they can get access to this harvestable mealwood there. Yeah, we're struggling for air now, aren't we? Ooh, look. Yeah, actually, you know what? I might cancel that uproot. Reason being is we might be able to get a natural park in here. Those bluff briars have been planted. We could get the pips to plant a natural park down here. Then we've got... no, actually, I will uproot that, because that will stop them from planting there. It's got them planting here. Just make a long, thin nature reserve. 6 morale points. Right, so researchers still need to get into ranching, don't we? Yeah. But we're just going to prioritise on this so we can deal with any polluted oxygen production, which we're getting from here. Right, so we've got 5.4 tonnes of algae. That will see us through a little while. We'll get all of these prioritised because we're not getting any pneumatic doors, natural tile, yeah. Food, usual suspects on there. Get rid of these. And supercomputer, need to get that done. Any skill points? Yes. Nails and Max. Fantastic. That's pretty good. We've got all that done. Get the first 10 cycles out of the way in this episode, and then we're ready to move forward and do some serious expanding and digging in the next episode. We'll get this lot done. Priority 7 on all of this for Camille. Maybe 8 on the coal. We got 3.5 tons, so we'll get into fossil fuels next episode. Get ourselves a decent carbon generator. Sorry, a coal generator, and we'll put that probably in this area here, so we can drop the carbon dioxide straight on the algae terrariums. Just need a couple more mealwood seeds. So let's get Barney on the case. So we're still okay for calories, but we won't be if we don't get this mealwood all up and running soon. Next printing pod is 45 seconds. Can take one more dupe. Oh, 6 tons of water. That's a lot of water. Yeah, seeing as we're a little bit tight on water at the moment, without harvesting all of those, I'm going to take them. And then we're going to drop this water down to here. Make a change for me to drop some water without flooding the entire base. Still haven't got any polluted waters, have we? Oh. Right, ladder. Let's finish that one off. I think I'm missing a trick here, aren't I? Furniture, we've got a plant pot yet? No, we haven't. Here we go. That's cleared that out. We've got a second source of water now. Oh, did I cancel that? I think I did, didn't I? Muppets. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is it 4 for a nature reserve? Four plants, yeah. Cool. We can do that then. Excellent. Okay, I think we'll make that our first episode. Our oxygen production is going. Pretty happy with that. We'll get some deodorizers in here. We've got our airflow tiles, so we'll put a row of those up there. And we'll get some deodorizers on there when the research is finished. But yeah, that's a pretty good start to the episode. Hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you on the next one. Have a great day. Coach Life out.